Hello, friends. In this episode, we'll review a few key tips for a successful PSYCH-K session. Now, I chose this topic because I really do want you to be successful in achieving the belief transformations that you seek. And I'm truly passionate about this. After all, you deserve it, and it's part of your overall self-realization journey. And we'll talk more about that in a minute. But first, if you're not already familiar with PSYCH-K, I provided an overview of the PSYCH-K approach, including what is PSYCH-K and how it works, in a recent episode. During that video, I summarized PSYCH-K as a powerful approach to subconscious belief transformation. Through the use of muscle testing, facilitated by a certified instructor or a preferred PSYCH-K facilitator like me, you can reprogram your limiting beliefs, self-doubts, fears, and anxieties at the subconscious level. This allows you to shift deep-rooted subconscious beliefs that may be limiting your overall potential or well-being. Imagine being able to move past your old negative beliefs, patterns or behaviors, or even past traumas, to effectively free your mind of that which no longer serves you. That's really the beauty and the miracle of PSYCH-K. Now, if you haven't had a chance to view that video, I highly encourage that you take a few minutes to do so, and I'll leave a link to that recording at the end of this episode. But for today, I want to follow up by providing a few key tips for a successful PSYCH-K session. Now, if you're new to the channel, my name is Steve, and as I mentioned, I'm a preferred PSYCH-K facilitator. I work with individuals like you, both in person and remote, to help shift subconscious beliefs to better align with personal and professional goals, objectives, and aspirations, as well as to improve overall health and well-being. Now, before we get started, it's important to first note that PSYCH-K is not considered a replacement for traditional medical treatment. Rather, PSYCH-K complements prescribed therapies by focusing on the underlying source of a given condition or situation. Always consult your medical provider before discontinuing or even modifying any prescribed medications, treatments, or therapies. Okay, with all that said, let's take a look at some key tips for a successful PSYCH-K session. And this first tip is probably the most important of all, and that's for you to own your transformation. You see, PSYCH-K differs from many other healing modalities in that you, or the partner as we refer to our clients in PSYCH-K, you are responsible for the changes that you seek. Understand that PSYCH-K is a very spiritual process for self-realization, hence the name of my company, Self-Sovereignty, and we'll talk about that maybe in another episode. But therefore, you must believe that your God, your higher power, spirit, soul, or superconscious is connected and offers you permission to make the necessary changes for your personal overall well-being. The PSYCH-K approach is a partnership. It's what we call a do-with process that depends predominantly on the inner wisdom of you, the individual seeking the change. The facilitator is there to hold space for the best intentions for you and to honor the power and responsibility that you bring to your subconscious transformation. The facilitator's role is to honor your energy and sacred space and gently guide you through the PSYCH-K subconscious transformation process. So in summary, I highly encourage you to go into the session with an open mind, a positive attitude, and a sense of ownership, to accept the responsibility to own the transformation. After all, this is an opportunity for you to change your life. Okay, the second tip I have is to ensure you remain well hydrated prior to the PSYCH-K session. Hydration is a key component of muscle testing, which is used to communicate with the subconscious mind during the PSYCH-K belief reprogramming process. And while it's beyond the scope of this episode to go too deep into the muscle testing process, generally speaking, muscle testing is used to detect subconscious agreement or disagreement with a partner's belief statement. Thus, a lack of proper hydration could result in a weakened or even an incorrect muscle response during testing. I always remind my partners to drink plenty of water prior to the PSYCH-K session. And in some instances, I may require the partner to drink additional water during a session, and then we retest as needed. So bottom line here is to remember, stay hydrated. Okay, the next tip is related more to the emotional side of the overall experience. Remember, PSYCH-K is a transformation process that affects deep-rooted personal beliefs embedded at the subconscious level. These beliefs are based on earlier life experiences and include associated or attached emotions and feelings. During a PSYCH-K session, it's not uncommon for you to experience or revisit a variety of emotions and feelings during the change process. After all, the whole process is dedicated to identifying and shifting stored beliefs that may be limiting your potential and overall well-being. Think of it as an opportunity to defuse old beliefs or memories. We're not deleting your past, but rather removing or taking away the associated negative energy that no longer serves you. In fact, in PSYCH-K, we have a phrase that says, release what no longer serves you. Basically, what this means is that it's important for you to sit with and work through any emotions, feelings, or memories that present to you during your subconscious transformation. As you can imagine, this can be an extremely emotional experience. Therefore, I always recommend that you have a box of tissues handy during a session. Crying is very often part of the transformation process. In fact, crying in general is recognized as a powerful and vital role in overall well-being with benefits such as stress relief, detoxification, pain relief, and much, much more. Okay, my final tip for this episode is to trust the process. The PSYCH-K approach is well-defined, and each balance or protocol should be executed to the same standard regardless of the instructor or preferred facilitator that you're working with. It's also important to make sure that you follow up with all of the post-transformation activities discussed during the session. This includes the change validation and celebration process, as well as any action items, activities, or takeaways identified for ongoing validation of the changes. So there you have it, some key tips for a successful PSYCH-K session. Now, there are several steps in the various PSYCH-K protocols, and each deserve equal attention and rigor. However, if you follow these basic tips, and of course the guidance of your instructor or preferred facilitator, and you trust the process, you will experience life-altering changes to improve your overall well-being. And remember, you own the transformation. You are an active participant in this process. Now, I'll be the first to admit that PSYCH-K isn't always the right fit for everyone. And that's fine. There are many types of healing modalities available, and it's important for you to find one that resonates best for you, for your unique energy. However, having said that, I personally believe the PSYCH-K approach is by far the best option for subconscious mindset transformation, and it's predominantly the only modality that I use with my clients. PSYCH-K is a science-based, proven process with over 35 years of success in helping individuals overcome conditions and situations to achieve life-altering results. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And feel free to leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you. Also, check out my website at selfsovereignty.com for more information or to schedule a quick exploratory call. And finally, don't forget to take a look at the What is PSYCH-K video that I have queued up next. Thanks for watching, and remember, the answer is within you to build a better you and to own your destiny. Take care, and God bless.